We are underway.
So Elijah and Gainey, both premier shot blockers.
Bryant opening up in the man-to-man defense. Here's Wojcik in the lane. Little fadeaway jumper from 8 feet away is good for Paxton Wojcik.
Moving left to right, he hits it with a left-hand jumper.
Wojcik and Keno Lilly tied for the team lead for the Bears, averaging 11.5 points per game coming into this one. 2-0 Brown. Bears open up in their traditional man-to-man defense. Here's Pride, takes it down in the lane, kicks it in the corner to an open kiss for three, and he's going to make that more often than not.
Yeah, Dan Friday left to help out. You just cannot leave Peter Kiss alone. He'll make that shot every time wide open.
And you saw Kiss motioning to the crowd three. He loves to talk during the game. He's very animated. Here's a steal for the Bulldogs. Back the other way. Kiss takes it to the basket, kicks it in the corner. Alita, cross court to Pride. Now they get it to Hurtado. Back up top, Alita for three, and that one's good. So the Bulldogs are the couple of trifectas right out of the gate. And they lead this one actually 5-2. I guess they gave, was it Kiss or Alita they gave the two? Bears miss on the offensive end. Bulldogs with the rebound, bring it back the other way. Hurtado, guarded by Dan Friday. Hurtado gets it up top to Alito left of the key, and they find Peter Kiss, who dribbles it up top. Just pushes Wojcik. He's going to get called for the charge, and Kiss doesn't like it.
He turns right to the referee, and Jared Grasso supporting him over on the sideline, supporting a star player.
Paxton Wojcik draws the charge. And Paxton's been very good at that in his brief career here at Brown. Wojcik, the transfer from Loyola Chicago, has drawn quite a few charges here in the early going, probably second on the team to Kimo Ferrari.
And Paxton, of course, went to the Sweet 16 with Loyola Chicago just last year, transferred to Brown.
5-2, Bulldogs by 3. The pass deflected out of bounds by Pride. It'll be Brown ball from the side. We mentioned the Bears coming off of 3 games in the United States Virgin Islands at St. Thomas in the Paradise Jam. For the Bryant Bulldogs, they played a couple of games down in Daytona at the Sunshine Slam. They lost to Bethune-Cookman before beating Holy Cross 78-62.
Yeah, Bryant's in the zone, 2-3 zone.
They find the little soft spot in the zone, the Bears do, but Wojcik misses the little turnaround jumper from 12. Here's Pride, hands it to Alita on the right side, and up top they go to Hurtado. Now it's Peter Kiss who gives it up to Alita near midcourt. Back to Kiss on the right wing. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Tamanang Cho for Brown.
Paxton got a hand in his face that time.
Cho back on the court for the Bears. He suited up down in St. Thomas after missing a couple of games with a hip injury.
Starting to round into shape, Scott, a little bit.
Cho takes it to the hoop, has his shot blocked, but he gets fouled. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Yeah, T. Cho's missed a lot of practice. He missed games. He missed scrimmages. He's a 2-time All-Ivy player, and he's starting to get a sense of timing back in his conditioning.
Adam Alita picks up his first personal second-team foul on the Bulldogs here in the first half, and T. Cho, who's shooting 64% from the line this season, will go to the line to shoot 2 for Brown. Cho's first free throw is good. The grad student from Lowell, Massachusetts.
2-time captain, along with David Mitchell.
He had 5 points, 3 rebounds in the Bears' close loss to Colorado out of the Pac-12 in their final game down at the Paradise Jam. They lost by 2 to the Buffaloes, 54-52. As Cho hits them both, 5-4, Bryant by 1. Here's Pride with the basketball up top. Loses the handle, picked up by Friday. Alley-oop, and Gainey couldn't finish it, but he goes up for the jam anyway.
There's the jam. Friday had eyes for him all the way down the floor, and Jalen Gainey had eyes for Friday, just didn't have the right timing.
6-5, the Bears on top by 1. Kiss guarded by Wojcik once again. Left-hand dribble in the paint, puts it up, and scores.
Yeah, he'll take it to the rim. He went right to left that time, then leaned back in with his right hand for the soft touch in the lane.
And I'm not sure if you saw what he did there. When he scored the basket, he pulled the ball out of the hoop and he fired it at Bill McCarthy, the official, who said something to him.
I didn't see that, but that's interesting.
Here's Friday with the basketball. Takes it in the paint, kicks it out to Wojcik. Fakes the three, pulls up in the free throw line, misses the jumper, and the rebound comes down to Cho. He goes back up, missed it. And the rebound, Cho underneath. In traffic, goes back up, has his shot blocked by Elijahs.
There's a flurry of offensive rebounds there for Brown.
Here's Pride with the basketball. David Mitchell guards him. Hands it to Hurtado up top. 7-6 Bulldogs by 1. Just over 4 minutes into this game.
Mitchell has switched off on Kiss at this point.
Hurtado with the shot clock winding down, loses the handle, gets it out long to a leader for a three off the back of the rim, no good, and the rebound comes down to Cho for Brown. Tamanong will leave it for Friday as point guard near midcourt. And Friday dribbles to the left and passes to Paxson Wojcik. Now it's Mitchell. Down low they go to Gainey. Gainey on the baseline, works his way into the paint, goes to his left, back to his right, up with the right hand and scores.
Soft touch. Scored that basket over Alicius.
4 points for the senior Jalen Gainey, the reigning Ivy League Defensive Player of the Year. 8-7 Brown by 1. Pride takes it in the paint. They're going to leave is a little bit too low.
It's got Bill McCarthy, the referee, skipped last year because of COVID, he said. And this year he's doing the officiating with a mask on.
He is. And it's a specially tailored mask where he can fit the whistle inside of it as well. Here's Kiss, left corner. Guarded by Wojcik. Takes it into the paint. Missed the shot, but we're going to get a foul on the floor beforehand. And this one will go on Wojcik.
It's 2.
First on Paxson, second on the Bears.
First.
His first, team second.
And the Bulldogs will toss it in from underneath.
Mike Martin patrolling the sidelines.
Bulldogs get into Kiss, left side. Steps back, takes the three. No good. Rebound, Ticho. There's Keno Lilly, the freshman, the co-leading scorer for the Brown Bears, seeing his first action. Also, Nana Owusu-Anane on the floor for the Bears as well. Wojcik open three from the left wing. Too strong, tip in by Cho won't go, gets his own miss, puts it back up and in.
2 offensive rebounds by the two-time All-Ivy T. Cho.
4 points for Cho, 10-7, 3-point lead for Brown.
Bryant is running a weave outside. Backdoor cut.
They're going to get a kick ball here on Owusu-Anane as they tried to fire the pass for Tato to Kiss. So the Bulldogs will throw it in from underneath. Kimo Ferrari will check in for his first action for the Brown Bears. A sophomore from San Diego. He is a tenacious defender. Watch out for number 20. They get it into Elijahs, but Owusu-Anane forces the steal. Gets it ahead to Wojcik. Wojcik, right side, Lilly. Lilly dribbles on the wing. And now gets it back up top to Wojcik. Back to Lilly on the right. Here's Ferrari in front of the Bryant bench, up top to Mitchell. They swing it to Lilly on the right wing. Long three for Ferrari over the Bryant zone. Doesn't go, but the long rebound comes out to Mitchell. Bears get it in the corner to Wojcik, down low to Owusu-Anane. Nana's going to back his way into the paint. Picks up his dribble, fires it out top to Wojcik with 10 on the shot clock. Wojcik loses the handle. And we're going to get a kicked ball, and it's going to go to Bryant.
Turnover Brown. Their second.
Yep. 3 turnovers for the Bulldogs, 2 for the Bears.
An accidental kick, but a kick nonetheless.
It's a 3-point Brown lead. Here's Ferrari. He's going to pick up Brailsford full court. There's a turnover on the Bulldogs as Kiss couldn't handle it. And he throws it away. Bears will get it back.
Brailsford is one of the several transfers for Bryant. He transferred in from George Washington.
You're right. They have, by my count, at least 4 transfers on the roster. Maybe actually 5.
I think a total of 6 counting Kiss.
Alita, Hurtado, Kiss, Elijah, Childs.
Grant Coleman from Milwaukee.
Owusu-Anani banks it in from straight away. Not sure he called glass, but he'll take the end result. 12-7, Brown by 5, their largest lead of the game thus far.
Ferrari stalking the ball handler out top.
Brailsford gives it up to Alita, gets it back, dribbles left. Now here's a steal by Ferrari.
He got into the passing lane.
Gets it up ahead to Wojcik. Lilly up top with it. Gets it to Mitchell at the free throw line. Fire it to Wojcik. Had an open 3, turned it down. Ferrari up top will take the 3 straight away and knock it down.
Yeah, he moved the ball right to left off the dribble. Cable Ferrari hits the 3.
You know, we laud him for his defense, but he's shooting 44% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, no, he can shoot it.
15-7, Brown by 8. And Ferrari
again.
Call for the block.
Oh, he called a block. Oh. He's blaming himself.
And that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor with 11:36 to go in the first half. We'll take a look at it again. They're going to say Ferrari was moving.
Yeah, he wasn't quite there.
Timeout on the floor. Brown 15, Bryant 7.
Here at Mike Martin's, many of the players back in action here with the Bulldogs.
And they get right back at it again Sunday as well when they visit Quinnipiac. No rest for the weary. Brailsford has it up top for Bryant. Now they swing it to Kiss in the left corner. Kiss guarded by Mitchell. Step back 3, contested by Mitchell, no good. And what are we going to get a foul on the floor on Owusu-Anani? But you're right, Kiss flopped on the play, and that is supposed to be called.
You can see it here. He misses the shot.
He's out of your screen.
But he fell down. He wasn't touched, and that's something that the officials are looking for this year. We've seen it called several times. The first one, it's a warning, the first flop. And after that, there's a technical foul, a one-shot technical foul.
So the Bulldogs will get it back after the foul on Owusu-Anani. They'll throw it in from underneath. They get it into Childs for an open look at 3. No good, and the rebound to Aaron Cooley. Ferrari gets it up to Mitchell. Takes it baseline to the hoop, and they're going to get a blocking foul underneath on Hurtado. That'll be Luis Hurtado's first foul. That'll be the 3rd Bryant team foul of the half.
Yeah, David Mitchell taking it aggressively to the hoop, and yeah, he was moving.
Dan Friday checks back into the game. Along with T. Cho, David Mitchell, and Keno Lilly go to the Brown bench. And Friday will toss it in from underneath the Bears basket. Gets it in the corner to Cooley, up top near midcourt to Ferrari.
Bryant staying in his zone. Brown hasn't seen a zone all year, not much of the zone, Scott, at all.
That is correct. They get it on the baseline, and Owusu-Anani's jumper too long, but Cooley picks it up on the weak side, puts it in.
Cooley right there. No, he's got a call on T. Cho for grabbing. The shot's good, I believe.
That the basket will count, but Cho just picked up his 2nd foul. 5th team foul on the Bears. Bill McCarthy with the call here. They may go to the monitor here to see
if it was intentional.
Right, what it's all about. So they are going to go to the monitor to take a look at the foul underneath the basket, which we believe was called on Tamadong Cho. You see him right there on your screen. So the officials will take a look at this one, see if there is any type of intent. 17-7, meanwhile, the Bears have opened up a 10-point lead. It is their largest of the game thus far.
So Bryant led 5-2 at the 18:50 mark. 8 minutes later, Bryant has scored 2 points. So Bears, again, their defense has been superb most of the season again here this afternoon so far.
Yeah, that game against Colorado, Russ, you and I were down in St. Thomas for it. The Bears' defense was absolutely fabulous, particularly in the first half. But they had trouble scoring the basketball. Had they been able to score even halfway decent in the first half, they probably would have opened up a double-digit lead on the Buffaloes.
Yeah, no question, Scott. Their offense is still developing. I think Mike Martin and the coaching staff said that defensively they're pretty sound. They thought they would be sound. They are. So the offense needs a little time. And, of course, T. Cho been out with injury.
Right.
Jalen Gainey's been out with injury. So when these guys get their timing back and so forth, the offense will be much improved. All right, let's see if we can see this underneath.
So Cho gets kind of boxed to the ground. Did he pull Hurtado down with him?
Yep. A couple of refs having a conference over there trying to decide what to call.
Our officials are Bill McCarthy, Casey Kett, and Bryant Dumont. And they're going to take a look at it one more time. They're bringing in the third official to take a look at it as well. Cho talking to the official.
Well, here we go. Well, you see Cooley scoring the basketball.
I'm wondering if the basket might not count, if the foul may have occurred before. Yeah, it did, before Cooley got that shot off. So
if it's a foul, it occurred before.
Right.
But, yeah, T was also, he was pushed first, it looked like, but then maybe a natural reaction, just kind of grabbed out. As he was falling, he just grabbed out to protect himself from falling.
Right. That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
Prove it.
So you see
Mike
McCarthy
Martin
talking to Mike Martin and Jared Grasso.
Grasso doing all the talking, so whatever it is, he's not.
Flagrant 1, white 25, brown 25, Bryant, and the ball into the basket before Bryant. Okay, basket, score the basket, and then we go from there.
Okay, so a flagrant 1 on Tamadong Cho is the call, so it'll be 2 free throws for the Bulldogs, and then they will get the basketball, but the basket for Cooley does count.
And they were getting the ball anyway after the made basket.
That's right.
So it wasn't like Brown had the basketball and was taken away from them on the flagrant 1 call.
So Cho now has to be careful. He can't get another one of those.
Yeah. So you can see Hurtado kind of grabs Cho, and T does pull him to the ground. It's an unnatural basketball play, I think is what it is. It's not in the flow of the game. It's something you just grab somebody, pull him to the ground. It's not excessive contact, which is a flagrant 2.
So Hurtado will take the technical free throws. The first one is good. Hurtado's second free throw is no good. And so Bryant cuts the deficit to 9, and they'll have the basketball after the made bucket by Cooley. And the Bears are showing some full court pressure here, man-to-man. As Jalen Gainey checks back in, replacing freshman Nana Owusu-Anane.
Scott, Hurtado, what was his free throw percentage coming into this game?
17%, but since he was the one that was fouled flagrantly, he had to shoot the free throws.
Wasn't a technical. Another, look at this.
And Hurtado just lost the ball by himself out of bounds. Turnover on the Bulldogs. That's their 6th of the half. So the Bears will get it back. Cho gets it in the front court to Jalen Gainey. Gainey finds Cho, takes it to the hoop, alley-oop to Gainey, and Gainey got undercut by Hurtado. And that'll be a foul on him. That's his 2nd, 4th on the Bulldogs here in the first
Cho,
half.
the facilitator, the assist guy, getting it to Gainey, and he went underneath him. That's a dangerous play.
Well, Cho's one of those guys that can really play point forward, if you will. You can run your offense through T. Cho.
Yeah, many times he'll grab the board on the defensive end and just head right down and have a 2-on-1 or 3-on-2. He's skilled. Skilled ball handler and passer.
So the Bears get it in from underneath. Cho goes up and missed the shot. Tried to get his own rebound, but it went out of bounds off of the Bears. It'll be Bryant basketball, and Elijah's down on the court. He appears to be injured. Oh, we got an elbow, I think, from Cho on the chin. I don't think that was intentional by any stretch, but he got caught in the line of fire there.
Yeah, he's down. He has not moved from lying on his side. Trainer over there
So the Bryant
Taking care
training
of him.
staff attending to him right now. We've had some delays in this first half. Now Elijah's being helped to his feet. Take a look at this
See
again.
what happens.
Tough to see from that angle. That other angle we had, it looked like Cho's elbow may have just got him in the chin, grazed him in the chin. But Hall Elijah's appears to be okay. The grad student from Valley Stream, New York, transferred to Bryant from New Mexico Junior College. Recently set the school record.
How about that?
With 152 block shots. That's the school record since Bryant basketball transitioned to Division I.
And he just had six blocks this past Sunday against Holy Cross. He's a legitimate shot blocker like Jalen Gainey, we said earlier. They got two superb shot blockers in this one this afternoon here at College Hill.
No foul on the play. We are told by the officials. Bryant will have the basketball. And here's Kiss. Kiss picks up the dribble, fires it right side to Pride, who launches the three and hits it. Charles Pride, second three of the half. He has 6 points. And the Bulldogs force a turnover. So they're going to get it right back. 17-11, the Bears lead trimmed to 6. Bryant will throw it in from underneath. They get it into Kiss right corner. Here's Pride, little floater, blocked by Gainey, picked up by Cho.
This is the first block of today.
Cooley fakes, takes it to the hoop, dish to Cho, but the pass was too hard for being that close. Goes off a tee out of bounds, turnover on the Bears.
Too much traffic in there too. He's got a lot of hands. Bounce pass right at the under the basket might have worked that time.
You know, the officials just did something that I've never seen. They told the Bryant bench to sit down. You know, they were up cheering on their teammates. I'm surprised. I've never seen that. I wonder if they sensed that this game could get a little chippy and get out of control, so they're trying to nip it in the bud beforehand.
That could well be, Scott.
Here's Elijah's right side foul line extended. He'll take the jump shot from there, misses it, rebounded by T. Cho. Cho will bring it up on Kiss, gets it to Ferrari. Ferrari picks up the dribble, finds Gainey in the mid-post, out to Friday. Friday left-hand dribble, spins to his right, dipsy-doo to the hoop, and he scores!
Oh, what a pretty move. He blew by Peter Kiss out at the top of the spin move in the lane. Kissed it off the glass, a smooch off the glass with the right hand.
19-11, Bears back up by 8 as we approach 9 minutes to play here in the opening half. Ferrari guarding Pride, who gives it up to Kiss near midcourt. Now he's going to check Kiss. Kiss pushes him, and Ferrari almost forced a turnover. Now he ties him up.
Oh, well, let's see what happens here.
Possession arrow, Bryant will keep it. But the tenacity of Kimo Ferrari on display there. Watch this. He got pushed by Kiss.
Kimo goes to the floor along with Kiss. Good hustle by both players.
Ferrari will be subbed out. David Mitchell checks back into the Bears lineup, along with Paxton Wojcik. Bears have some terrific on-the-ball defenders when you talk about guys like Ferrari and Mitchell. Even Perry Cowan, a guy that comes off the bench, did a great job of that his freshman year.
Yep.
Here's Childs. Can't get the shot off. It's a shot clock violation.
Another turnover. Bugs defense has been suffocating here in the first half.
Keno Lilly will check into the game, replacing Aaron Cooley as he goes to the Brown bench.
Keno have a new look with the hair today, Scott? Is that?
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I generally keep my hair do the same.
Full court pressure being applied by the Bulldogs. Bears able to break it. Friday gets it to the free throw line to Mitchell. They're going to get a kick ball on Bryant. So it's clear the Bears' strategy against this Bryant zone is to try to get the ball in the middle to the free throw line area.
The middle's open.
Yeah. From there, that's where you can attack it. If the baseline comes up, bounce pass it to a cutter on the baseline, or if they leave you open, turn around, make a 15-foot jump shot.
And they have the 6'8" Hall Elijah, who just stays underneath the basket. That's his spot. He's a shot blocker.
Mitchell, turn
Mitchell
around
with the
jumper
right
from
hand.
10 is good.
With the right hand that time.
Mitchell is a southpaw. He knocks it in with the right hand. His first bucket of the night. 21-11. Brown back up by 10.
That's just their biggest lead.
Alita gets the ball to Childs, who dribbles it up top for Bryant. Now it's Pride. Takes it in on Lilly and misses the shot, but he got bodied by Gainey. Jalen's going to pick up his first foul. That'll be the 6th on the Bears.
That shot off. Created just enough space.
As play resumes, Pride to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Charles Pride in the finals last year of the NEC tournament over at Bryant had 33 points, made 8 threes. I watched it on TV. I said, this guy can't make another one. He kept making them and kept the Bulldogs in that game. What a tremendous show he put on that night for the Bulldogs.
Great season for the Bulldogs last year. They hosted the NEC championship game on their home floor, but ended up losing that game to Mount St. Mary's. But they went to the CBI nonetheless.
Yep.
Here they trail Brown by 9, 21-12, after Pride makes 1 of 2 from the stripe. Friday with it, steps back, going to take the 3 off the mark. And the rebound comes down to Charles Pride.
Bryant's just staying back in that zone.
Pride dribbles in the paint, had it stripped by Mitchell, but able to regain control, kicks it out. Kiss was open, turned down the open 3, gets it to a leader for an open look, and that one's good. 21-15, Bears lead down to 6, and the Bulldogs will pressure full court. They come up with a steal. And the basket doesn't go down for Childs. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bryant. And the Bears will get it. So Bryant turning up the pressure here, forcing the turnover. A little bunny there by Childs, just rimmed out. And Wojcik does a nice job of throwing it off the Bryant defender and out of bounds.
Bears got lucky that shot didn't drop.
So Bryant going full court man-to-man with their pressure, trailing by 6. It'll be T. Cho throwing it in. He gets it into Dan Friday. Friday double team, gives it up to Cho, and he'll bring it up the floor for the Bears.
Bryant looking to have the Bears work to get the ball up each time.
Here's Friday on the left side, bounces it down low to Cho. Cho with 7 on the shot clock finds Owusu Anani, who goes up in traffic and got fouled. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
That's an Elijah's.
Yes, it is. First foul on Hall Elijah's. 15 foul on the Bulldogs.
Dan is a very decent foul shooter.
It's off to a good start, 84% from the line this season. Owusu Anani, the freshman from Burlington, Ontario, gets the ball for the first of 2. The first one on the way off the back of the rim, no good. Owusu Anani played for the Canadian national team, the under-19 Canadian national team this summer. Misses both free throws. 21-15, the Bears lead remains 6. They're just under 6.5 to play here in the first half. Elijah's picks up his dribble on the right wing and has it nearly stolen away. Instead, taking a baseline and missing the shot. Having a block was Childs, and the Bears come up with a loose ball. Here comes Cho the other way. Gets it to Friday, takes it in, and lays it over the rim with a finger roll for 2.
Went right at the basket. Elijah stayed away. Friday laying it in.
23-15, Brown back up by 8. We go under 6 minutes to play in this one here in the first half. Kiss in front of the Brown bench. Guarded by Wojcik, backs it out near the scorer's table. Fires across court to Pride. He'll take the three. It's no good, and the rebound to Tamadong Cho. Cho brings it up the floor. Try to whip it in the corner to Lilly. The pass stolen away. Kiss ahead of the pack will go up and lay it in for two. 7 points for Peter Kiss. 23-17. That is a 6-point Brown lead. And now Bill McCarthy stopping play for a moment.
So Peter Kiss went in for the layup, and Dan Friday wisely didn't try to block that shot, just let it go. Delay
game warning on Bryant.
Thank you.
Bears by 6 with the basketball with 5:12 to go here in the first half. Here's Cho from the left side. Whips it down low to Owusu-Anane. He dribbles it back out of the wing and finds Wojcik up top. They get it to Cho at the free throw line. Cho puts it on the deck with 4 on the shot clock. Goes up with the right hand, missed it. Rebound loose. Cho picks it back up in traffic. Goes up as a shot partially blocked. Owusu-Anane can't get it to put back. Now he gets it. Puts it in. We're going to get a push. A foul on the Bears.
Man, I think pushed off with his left hand. Might have been the 5th offensive rebound for the Bears that time. That's 3. Yeah, he pushed off.
He had his arm on the shoulder of Alita.
That's a violation of the rules of basketball.
23-17. It is a 6-point lead for the Brown Bears. And we'll have free throws down the other end for the Bulldogs. Alita will go to the line to shoot 1-1. 17 fouls on Brown here in the first half. The Bulldogs have committed 5. They're going to the monitor to take a look at this, but I'm not sure they're going to find anything here.
Push off.
Making sure they got the right shooter. I could have told them it was Alita.
Come on.
But
maybe they put Hurtado.
They don't ask me.
Put Hurtado at the line. we prefer that.
I mean, Alita's a 80% free throw shooter, so I'm not sure Jared Grasso minds him going to the stripe.
No, that's fine. 3. Alita, Scott, like you said. Thank you.
Checking in for Bryant, number 2, Erickson Bands. Shooting 1-1 for the Bulldogs is
So Adam Alita, the Toronto, Ontario native and a transfer to Bryant from Northern Kentucky, will go to the free throw line to shoot 1-1.
Coming in today, all but 2 of his field goal attempts had been from outside the arc.
4:48 to go here in the first half. Brown with a 6-point lead. Alita gets the ball for the front end of the 1-1, makes it, so he earns the bonus. 4 points for Alita here in the first half of the Bulldogs. And one more free throw coming up for the grad student. It's on the way, and that one's good as well. He has 5. Bryant cuts Brown's lead down to 4. They continue with the full court pressure. Friday gets the inbound pass, gets it up ahead to Owusu-Anane. Nana's going to take it to the hoop on Elijah. Missed it on the left side, rebounded by Alita. Bulldogs with a chance to cut it to a 1-score game, but Alita misses the straightaway 3, and the Bears get the rebound. Back the other way, Cho. Cho behind the back dribble, takes it down the left side of the lane, lays it up with the right hand too strong, but he got his own miss and put it back up and in.
His timing is coming back, Scott. The spring in his legs, explosiveness. We're seeing it a little bit more here this afternoon.
6 in the first half for Tamadong Cho. 6-point Brown lead, 25-19. Elijah's nice move to the hoop and scores with the left hand. First bucket for Hall, Elijah's. 25-21. Brown by 4. Bears whip it to Nana Owusu-Anane in the front court. Now he gets it to Friday. In the lane to Mitchell, who goes up, scores, and gets fouled on the play. No, they're going to call the foul on the floor.
Huh?
It's going to be on Peter Kiss. Take a look at this again. Oh, that is definitely in the active shooting. Timeout on the floor, 3:52 to go first half. Bears 25, Bulldog. Ferrari looking for somewhere to go with it. Now he's going to whip it in to midcourt and the backcourt where David Mitchell picks it up. They get it to Keno Lilly. Ferrari gets it at the free throw line to Mitchell. 14-foot jumper, no good for David. Rebound, Mitchell couldn't get it. And as he crashed out of bounds.
They call it on him. Oh, they call it out of bounds.
He was touching the baseline when he had possession of the ball, or when he was touching the basketball. What an effort by Mitchell.
His foot. Ball might have been out of his hands when the foot touched out of bounds. Bryant was going to get that basketball anyway. It was Kiss bringing the ball up against Ferrari.
For those of you that are fans of the Boston Celtics, I equate David Mitchell to Marcus Smart. He's that do it, everything type of guy. Here's Lilly. Takes the three, takes the runner on the baseline and scores. The freshman Keno Lilly with his first bucket of the day.
Nice floating right one-hander.
27-21, Bears back up by 6 as we approach 3 minutes to play here in the first half. There's a block by Gainey, his second of the day. And Cho picks up the loose ball. Up ahead to Lilly. Lilly fakes the pass, takes the three, missed it over the backboard, out of bounds to Bryant.
Yeah, that one little fake of the pass to Kimo Ferrari in the corner created enough space for Lilly to get that shot off, and he's a great three-point shooter, just wouldn't drop. And there's the block by Gainey. Great timing. T. Cho's going to get it to Lilly, who brought it up.
Yeah, Erickson Bands, the 5'11 sophomore from nearby Pawtucket, Rhode Island. He went to Shea High School. Took it into the big fella.
How about the all-time leading scorer in Rhode Island Interscholastic League history with over 2,600 points, Scott?
How about that?
Over 2,600 points. You know how to score the basketball.
Absolutely.
That's something.
Pride takes it in and scores from the left baseline. Charles Pride with 9 in the first half. 4-point Bears lead, 27-23. Ferrari gets it to Wojcik up top. Wojcik dribbles down the right side, now gets it back out to Lilly. Mitchell up top, swing it right to Lilly. There's a steal by Bands. Takes it length of the court, lays it up, no good, and the rebound comes down to Jalen Gainey. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Brown with a 4-point lead on Bryant. Both teams really getting it done defensively. Bryant with their zone, the Bears with their man-to-man defense. Here's Ferrari up top. Long three straight away. Off the mark. Rebound Gainey. He goes, tried to go back up in traffic, but he got.
With Childs.
Okay. So Childs, who hasn't missed this season. And the first one on the way is good.
A flagrant foul has been assessed to Browns number 22, Jalen Gainey.
Childs gets the ball for his second free throw. And he makes that one as well. So Chris Childs' first 2 points of the game come from the stripe. 28-25, 3-point Brown lead with 1:35 to go until halftime. Bulldogs with the basketball and a chance to pull to within one or tie in this possession.
Yeah, Jared Grosso taking advantage of that rule. I mean, that's what it is. If you have an injured player, send who you want to the line, puts a 100% guy there who converts both of them.
Here's Pride, guarded closely by Mitchell, gives the ball up to Hurtado. Now it's Calixte up top. Down low Hurtado, posting up on Lilly. He gets called for steps.
Yeah, Lilly made him shuffle. He was so happy to be down low with the little guy, Calixte at 6'8", Lilly at 6 feet, that he just couldn't wait to shoot the ball.
Well,
I understand.
He was putting all of his body weight on Lilly, so Lilly just took a step back and forced to travel. Lilly gets it up ahead to Ferrari. Ferrari, 2-on-1 with Gainey. He'll just take the floater. Oh, it rims in and out. I think he wanted to toss it up to Gainey, but saw that the defender was staying with Jalen, so he put up the floater and almost knocked it down. Under a minute to go here in the first half. 3-point game. Pride takes it down the right side of the lane. Gainey with a third block of the half.
He almost shattered the backboard on that block.
Back to the way. Cho spins, goes to the hoop, missed it off the window. Alita with a rebound for Bryant. Here's Childs, takes it in on Wojcik. Offensive foul, and Gainey had another block. But it won't count because the whistle came before it.
Bears can just about go 2 for 1 here with 43.1 seconds left. They get a shot off within the next 8 seconds, 8 or 9 seconds.
And Mike Martin may be talking about that right now. He'll use his 30-second use it or lose it first half timeout to draw something up here.
And Peter Kiss is not in the game either, Scott, at this point.
Well, I think Jared Grasso may be trying to protect him with 2 fouls before halftime. You don't want him to pick up the 3rd.
Yep.
But there are a number of players in that position. Hurtado, Kiss, each with 2 for Bryant. And for the Bears, it's Cho, Gainey, and Owusu-Anani, each with 2 personal fouls.
All your 3 big guys.
Here you see Bears head coach Mike Martin drawing up a play for his team. I tell you what, he's as good a game coach and tactician as you will find.
I was just going to say he's a tremendous strategist.
Yep.
Yeah. He was a pretty good player when he was here too, Scott. I just said to his dad earlier, I said, you know, in that Colorado game, I blame Mike at the end. He didn't put himself in. Make a couple jump shots, right?
Boy, did he play for some talented teams, too, and had some talented teammates. Earl Hunt, Alahi Nualiatia, Jamie Kilburn, Patrick Powers, Jason Forte. Wow. What a talented team Mike played for here at Brown. And now he's coaching one as well.
Yep.
Bears with the basketball. Here is Wojcik up top. Wojcik gets it to Friday in the high post. Dribbles in the paint, spins to his right, goes up, scores and gets fouled on the play. Dan Friday with a hoop in the harm.
How's that for a play call on the out of bounds after the timeout?
Second half as Wojcik throws it into Dan Friday and we're underway. Bears heading basket to our left here in the second half.
Bryant stays in the zone.
Why not? It worked in the first half.
It's good, been effective.
Wojcik picks up his dribble. Friday comes to get it from him. Now Friday's going to take the 3, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, I mean, Bryant was just standing there, didn't even have their hands up, almost begging Dan Friday to take that shot, so he did, he hits it.
That's one way to beat a zone. You shoot over it. Dan Friday with 9 points, and the Bears up by 6. There's Hurtado with it. Fires it to Kiss on the left side in front of the Bulldog bench. Kiss working on Cho, takes it baseline, spins, kicks it in the corner. Open 3 from the right corner is good for Alita.
All right, 1-3-1 pressure this time for Bryant. Kiss on the top. Bears break it.
Here's Dan Friday up top. Gets it to Wojcik on the right. Now it's Cho. They find Mitchell inside the free throw line. He loses the handle. Kiss back the other way, takes it in on Friday. He goes up, try to block it, couldn't. Kiss gets the bucket and the foul. Peter Kiss now with 10. And the Bulldogs pull to within 1. They can tie it if Kiss can make the free throw.
One thing with Kiss, he only shoots at 63% from the line, 53% from the floor, and 40% from 3.
The Rutgers transfer, Peter Kiss, trying to tie this game at 33. And he misses the free throw. It's rebounded by Tamadong Cho.
Yeah, Kiss started his career at Quinnipiac and then went to Rutgers, and now he's at Bryant.
Mitchell gets it in the middle of the zone, fires into the corner to Friday. Friday misses the 3. Kiss with a rebound for Bryant. Dribbles to the center of the lane, dishes down low to Elijah's. Kick it up top to Alita. He dribbles by Mitchell, puts it up, no good. Elijah's tip won't go. Gainey with a rebound for Brown. There's Dan Friday, dribbles by Kiss into the paint, goes up with the right hand and scores again.
Yeah, he's really strong, as I said earlier, with his upper body. Can take a blow and make the shot, and there's Kiss with a deep 3 in transition, so to speak.
Mitchell, the outlet to Cho. He's going to take the 3 from the left wing, off the mark. Pride with a rebound for Bryant. Back and forth, these two teams go 35-32. Bears with a 3-point lead. Mitchell will guard Peter Kiss now. Kiss fires it cross court. Now it goes to Pride. Dribbles by Friday, takes it to the hoop and scores. Pride with 8. And the Bulldogs pull back to within 1 of the Bears.
This is a good one, Scott.
It is. Friday going to take it in. Has his shot blocked out of bounds by Elijahs.
Good help defense by Hall Elijahs.
Well, we talked about how the defense has dominated the first half. We've seen a flurry of points here coming out to start the second half. Although that time, Elijah's with some good D for the Bulldogs. Friday will throw it in from underneath the brown basket. Second time that they've told the Bryant bench to sit down.
Yeah, they're trying to keep a lid on it, as we said.
I don't know how I feel about that, Russ. You know, I like a bench cheering on their teammates on the court. Here's Friday, right side three, comes up short, but the rebound falls into Gainey's hands, and he puts it up and in.
Went up with the jump hook. I think he threw that ball down at the basket.
Down and in is right. There's Elijah's. Gets bumped by Gainey. They're going to call Jalen for his third personal foul.
Yeah, I don't think Elijah fended him off with the left arm either. We'll maybe see it on the replay. Mike didn't like the call. Let's see it. Right there it is.
Elijah certainly sold it, but there was contact there.
Yeah.
And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. 71% free throw shooter is Elijah's, and he makes his first free throw attempt of the game. 3 points in this one for Hall Elijah's. (37-35) Brown by 2. Elijah's second free throw is also good, and we're back to a 1-point game. Full court pressure again being applied by the Bulldogs, and the Bears turned it over. Cho tried to get it to Lilly, and the pass was too far out in front of him, so that Bryant pressure forcing a Bears turnover.
Been a long time between leads. I think the last lead was at 7-6 at the 16.5-minute mark of the first half.
6 for Elijah's, and they nearly force another Brown turnover, but it was Bands hitting the ball out of bounds as he stripped it out of T. Cho's hands.
Yeah, this has defense has the momentum changing right here.
Yes, it does, and there's another steal by Bryant. Alita comes up with a steal, gets it to Elijah's up top. Now it's Bands. And a foul on T. Cho. That's going to be his third. So now Cho and Gainey each and the Bulldogs have the basketball here. There's an alley-oop to Elijah's, who can't finish it off, and the rebound comes down to T. Cho.
Pretty nice play, run out of timeout by Bryant.
There's Cho with the basketball, dribbles it right to the key, gets it up top to Lilly. Lilly tried to get it to Friday in the middle of the zone, and the Bears turned it over again. Their 12th turnover of the game. Alita with a three. That's no good. Out of bounds. Last touch by Dan Friday. They'll give it to Bryant. Right now, Bryant just seems to have a little more energy than the Bears do right now.
No question. They got pep to their step.
Yeah.
Yep, they're feeling good. That defense has got them motivated and going. Momentum has switched to the Bulldogs.
Here's Elijah's up top, gets it to Kiss on the left. Down low, it is Pride, posting up on Friday. Backing his way down, goes up, and Friday blocks the shot. He gets the outlet from Cho. He'll take it in on Kiss, spins, goes up underneath the rim and scores.
What a pretty move. Dan Friday is very, very good at taking the ball to the hoop. As I say, so strong up top.
13 points for Dan Friday. Pride takes it in. Uncontested, missed the shot, and the rebound to T. Cho. And we're going to get a Bryant foul, and they're going to call it on Pride. That's his second. That's Bryant's first of the second half. Paxton Wojcik will come back into the Brown lineup, replacing Dan Friday. And again, that full court pressure being applied by the Bulldogs. They will not guard the inbound pass. Get it into Ferrari, who scoops it to Lilly. Lilly to Wojcik. Open three from the right side. No good. Rebound Bulldogs. Elijah's pulls it down. 39-38 Bears. There's Kiss, step back three, missed it over Ferrari, rebounded by Lilly. Good defense there by Kimo. Lilly, nice bounce pass to Owusu Anani, had his shot blocked, but they're going to call a foul on the play. And Owusu Anani will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Peter Kiss doesn't like the call, he's screaming.
That's his third, second on the Bulldogs. Peter Kiss not happy with that call.
Has 2 shots.
Nana Owusu-Anane 0 for 2 from the line in the first half. Came into the game shooting 84% from the line. As you look at Dan Friday, and now Anane's first free throw is good. 3 points for the freshman.
And for Bryant, number 30, Chris Childs re-enters the lineup, replacing Charles Fry.
He's going to have a good 4-year career here at Brown. Nana Owusu-Anane. See a lot more Canadian talent infiltrating the NCAA game, don't you?
We've seen a lot of it.
Yeah.
How about here with Obi Akoli?
That's right. Owusu-Anane misses the free throw, but the rebound pulled down by Mitchell. And Mitchell got fouled as he tried to get it out to Lilly.
Bryant fouls on number 2 of Erickson Bands.
Yep, Bands gets called for the reach.
Second, sorry.
His second, team third. Lilly will toss it in from underneath the Brown basket. And he gets it into Wojcik up top. They find Owusu-Anane at the free throw line. He puts it on the deck, loses the handle, picks it back up, has a shot blocked by Elijah, saved from going out of bounds by Kiss. Bands pulls it down, brings it up in transition. Now Childs has it bounce off of his pumpkin. Back out to Kiss up top. Elijahs, right side, Alita. Down low, Elijahs goes up with the left hand and scores.
He's a skilled offensive player as well.
6 of his 8 coming here in the second half. Bryant 40, Brown 40. Owusu-Anane fires it to Lilly in the corner. Stepped on the sideline, out of bounds. Turnover on the Bears. 13th Brown turnover. Bryant has turned it over 9 times. Here's Kiss. Ferrari will guard him. Kiss bumping into Ferrari. Doesn't like the close coverage. What are we going to get here? Offensive foul. Ferrari draws the 4th foul on Kiss.
Oh, boy.
And Kiss just puts the ball down at midcourt, doesn't give it to the official.
And you know what, Jared Grasso is trying to get Kiss to the bench before he does something that he's going to regret. And he got him to the bench. Good job of coaching by Jared Grasso, getting Peter Kiss off of the floor.
He's hot.
Yeah, he's unhappy.
And Ferrari will do that to you.
Yeah,
if you don't keep your composure, he will frustrate you. Here's Keno Lilly for the Bears. 40-40, we're all tied up. This has the makings of a good one that will go right down to the wire. Wojcik up top to Lilly. Lilly, top of the key, 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. Mitchell offensive rebound. Out to Ferrari, now Wojcik. In the corner of Lilly. Looking for Nana, they get it to him. Owusu-Anane puts it on the deck, takes into the paint, goes to his right, puts it up and scores.
Yes.
5 for Owusu-Anane. 2-point Brown lead, 42-40.
A lot of patience shown by the freshman on that move.
Here's a leader for 3. No good. Bands goes up and gets the rebound over the back of Wojcik.
Yeah.
And they're going to get him for climbing the back.
Over the back. Let's see it again. I mean, it's pretty clear. Seems to me, but we'll look at it.
His 3rd, team 5th.
Take a look at that again. And, Wojcik had the position.
Bryant back in their press.
Mitchell will throw it in.
Really good.
Finds Lilly. Lilly brings it up on Childs and takes it across the timeline into the forecourt.
Slowing it down for the Bears.
Here's Wojcik at the free throw line. Takes it in on Hurtado, kicks it out to Ferrari. Back to Wojcik, left side, fakes the 3, pulls up, baseline jumper, good.
See, I would give Ferrari an assist on that. Good look.
44-40, Bears by 4, and they're going to get Ferrari for a reach-in on Hurtado. It into Calixte in the right corner, who hands it back to Hurtado. Now right side, Alita. Tried to bounce a pass through 2 Brown defenders, and it was off the legs of Owusu-Anani and Mitchell out of bounds. 13 on the shot clock for the Bulldogs as they toss it in from the side. Erickson Bands will throw it in. Gets it into Calixte, now gets it back. Shot clock down to 6. Hurtado curling off the screen, takes it, gets it to Bands, scores. Now they're going to call a charge. Wojcik drew the charge.
Again.
That's going to be on Hurtado. His 3rd, Bryant's 6th of the half.
Paxton Wojcik not afraid to give up his body. Takes a lot of charges.
You know, Russ, with 11:24 to go here in the second half, Brown with 5 team fouls, Bryant with 6. This game could be decided at the free throw line as well.
Yeah.
Both teams pretty good shooting the free throws.
Oh, yeah. Ran him down.
Bears at 76%, Bryant at 75% as a team.
T. Cho has 18 rebounds.
Wow. That is a new career high. His previous career best was 16 against Yale. Here's Ferrari for 3. In and out. And the rebound to Calixte. 4-point Bears lead. We go under 11 minutes to play here in Providence. Childs up top to Alita. Swing it left side to Pride. Pride dribbles up top. Ferrari harassing him. Gives it up to Alita. But check that Childs. Now it's Pride up top. Pride. Oh, he just pushed Wojcik. That's an offensive foul.
And Pride's got his hands outstretched like he doesn't understand it. We'll see it.
Look, now Wojcik's moving, but you can't
is.
stick your forearm out like that. Look, he just pushed him. He shoved him.
No question.
I mean, that's an easy call for an official to make.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Here's trying to negotiate that press by Bryant.
Got to get it over.
That'll be Cho beginning to get across the timeline with a second to spare. Takes it right in, puts it up with the left hand, no good. But he got fouled and will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Fouling Calixte. Yep.
That's his first. It is Bryant's 8th foul of the half. And Tamanang Cho will shoot 2 for the Brown Bears. You mentioned 18 rebounds for Cho today. That is a career high.
It'd be my whole career.
How many assists would he have to break your career?
1.
Cho makes the first of 2. 7 points to go along with those 18 rebounds for the Bears co-captain Tamanang Cho. Hails from Lowell, Massachusetts, went to the Brooks School before coming to Brown. Second free throw for Cho on the way, and that one is no good, and the rebound to Alita of Bryant. 5-point Brown lead, 45-40, 10-17 to go. Here's Pride, backing his way in on Wojcik, puts it up, missed the shot, rebound to Owusu-Anani. Here's Ferrari taking it in, gets it to Owusu-Anani, puts up the shot, no good, rebounded by the Bulldogs. Wojcik deflects the pass out of bounds. Bryant will throw it in from in front of their own bench as Jalen Gainey comes off the Bears bench, replacing Nana Owusu-Anani.
So Paxton got in that passing lane, but he overran the pass.
A little bit more than midway through the second half. Brown leading Bryant by 5, 45-40 in this intrastate battle here in the ocean state of Rhode Island. Childs thought about the long 3. Now he takes it. It's no good, and the rebound to Jalen Gainey. Now Friday's going to slow it down against the Bryant zone. Gets it to Ferrari on the right, cross court to Cho, back up to Kimo. Friday finds Cho at the right elbow. T gets it to Wojcik in front of the Bears bench. 8 on the shot clock as Friday gets it back. He puts it on the deck, takes it to the hoop, and scores on the left side of the rim.
Yeah, he just went right at Elijah, glided down the lane and laid it in.
15 points for Dan Friday. And the Bears have upped their lead to 7. It's 47-40 Brown. Here's Elijah's taking it in on Gainey. He slipped, but they're going to say Gainey got a piece of him and fouled him. And that'll send him to the free throw line to shoot 2. Jalen just picked up his 4th.
Yeah, he bumped him. There's no question about that. Another good call by the referees.
I give this officiating crew a lot of credit because, as we have pointed out on many occasions, this game has been chippy all afternoon long, and they've tried to keep the reins on it, if you will, and they've done a decent job.
And they have. I almost use the term officiating under duress, and they're doing a heck of a job.
Yeah. Hurtado will throw it in as Gainey goes to the bench with his 4 fouls. Kiss gets it and puts it up and in. So Kiss back on the floor, and he whips it to the official again.
Yeah.
He was already warned about that once. 12 points for Peter Kiss. There's Cho gets called for an offensive foul. As he was going by Chris Childs, they say he got the elbow up here. Let's see. Guess he got the shoulder in him. I didn't see a lot there. Take a look from this angle. Oh, there you go, the elbow.
Elbow to the jaw.
Yep. Great camera work by our crew here at the pits.
Yeah, they're outstanding, Scott. They're doing a great job of getting these shots. Camera shots.
Just over 8.5 minutes to go in this one. 5-point lead for Brown over Bryant. But the Bulldogs are the basketball. Here's Kiss. Gives it up in the corner. Childs takes it in on Friday. Up top, Alita for 3. It's good. 4th 3 of the game for Adam Alita. He has 14. It is a 2-point game. 47-45 Brown. Friday brings it across the timeline, dribbles between 2 defenders, puts up the runner from 10 feet away, and he gets the friendly bounce with the kiss.
Scott Brown's last 18 rebound game, January 9th, 2016. Cedric Kwakamenza against Daniel Webster. Ferrari pokes it away, give him a steal.
Given up size, they try to get it down to Hurtado, and he pokes the inlet pass away. Here's Friday, takes it underneath, goes reverse, missed it. Rebound of Childs, tied up. Jump ball possession arrow, and the arrow will give it to Bryant. Mitchell was able to tie up Chris Childs.
He's got 18 rebounds with 7:32 left in this one. Bears up by 4. Well, a lot of teams are doing that now. They're having the guy bring the ball up the floor that is not being guarded by Ferrari.
Here's Kiss with the basketball. Hands it off to Hurtado. Up top, Elijah's. Back to Hurtado on the left. Now Kiss with it, guarded by Friday. Double team, so he gives it up cross court to Childs. Childs going to launch it at the shot clock buzzer and hit it. It's a long 2 for Childs.
Yes, Ferrari was right there.
4 points for Childs. 2-point Brown lead, 49-47. Here's Owusu-Anani taking it in on Elijah's. Missed the shot, and I think he fouled him after Elijah's got the rebound. Third foul on Owusu-Anani.
Yep, Nano went up and no foul. Elijah's the graduate student at Bryant. Great job of positioning. Avoided the contact, avoided the foul, and now he's at the line after Nano fouls him.
He'll be shooting 1-1. It is the 8th team foul on Brown. Both teams have committed 8 fouls here in the second half with 6:50 to play. Elijah's front end of the 1-1 goes down, so he earns the bonus. He's 3 for 3 from the line today.
71% foul shooter coming into this one.
Second free throw for Elijah is also good. He has an even 10. And Bryant ties the game up at 49. Wojcik gets it up ahead to Owusu-Anani. who gets it to Paxton Wojcik. Now Friday has it. To Ferrari on the right, back up top to Friday. Thought about the three, instead takes it in the paint, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Mitchell can't get the rebound, but Friday pulls it out of traffic. Takes the three, it's no good. Rebound Paxton Wojcik. Bears getting second and third opportunities thanks to their work on the offensive glass today. Friday thought about another three. Now he takes it in on the bigger Elijah, puts it up with the left hand, missed it. And Childs with a rebound for Bryant. We go under 6 minutes to play in this one. 49-49 the score here at Brown. Childs. Pass stolen by Usuanani. Elijah's tried to fend him off. Lost the ball. Friday, he lost it. Picked up by Ferrari, who missed the shot. Friday with a rebound, and traffic goes up. He can't score. And Hurtado with a rebound for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 3 good opportunities there. Wasted for the Bears.
Here's Kiss. Guarded by the bigger Owusu-Anane. He dribbles it near midcourt. Kiss has screens on both sides. Picked up by Wojcik on the switch. Fires it in the corner. Childs pulls up for three and hits it. And the Bryant Bulldogs back on top, 52-49.
Well, Childs is an excellent three-point shooter. He went 5 for 5 from beyond the arc against Clemson for the Bulldogs.
Bears are going to bring Cho and Gainey back into the game with their 4 personal fouls. Kiss, meanwhile, with his 4 fouls, goes back to the Bryant bench. 52-49, Bulldogs by 3. Here's Cho, and they're going to get Childs for the reach-in foul. That's going to send Tamanong Cho to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. 9th team foul on the Bulldogs. For Childs, that's his 2nd foul of the game. As T. Cho goes to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Shooting 1 and 1.
Next Bryant foul will put the Bears in the double bonus. But this will be a 1 and 1 for Tamanong Cho. And the front end on the way is no good, and the rebound comes down to Pride. We're under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Bryant with the ball and a 3-point lead here at Brown. Childs left alone, takes the three, scores!
Wide open look.
Back-to-back threes for Chris Childs has opened up a 6-point Bryant advantage. And now the Bears having trouble with the press. They've got 3 seconds to get it over. They do. Wojcik thought about the three. Instead reconsiders and pulls it out. They get it to Cho at the free throw line. He takes it in, puts it up with the right hand. No good. Tips his own miss. That doesn't go. Gets it again and gets fouled. And will go to the free throw line. More rebounds for Cho. He got at least 2 there.
Yep.
That's got to put him at 20.
There's the shot. Grabs the rebound. Tips it. Won't go. Grabs that one. Gets fouled. Scott, I think Brown's last 20 rebound game was Matt Mullery up at Harvard.
They only credited him with 1
Well, we
there.
just saw 2.
And we just saw 2, right? Now they give him both, so he has 20 rebounds. First free throw for Cho is good. We said free throws would play a big role in the outcome of this game. And right now, the Bulldogs having the better of it from the free throw line. 10 of 13 at 77%. The Bears just 6 of 13 at 46%. As Cho gets the ball for his 2nd free throw. It is on the way, and it is also good. 9 points, 20 rebounds for Tamanong Cho. Bryant by 4, 55-51. Ferrari guarding Kiss closely. So Kiss gives it up to Calixt. Right side, Alita for 3. No good. Rebound, T. Cho. And what do we have here? Why did they blow a whistle and stop play there? The Bears had a breakaway, and Mike Martin is not happy about the stoppage.
Plus, what was the call?
I don't know what it was.
Somebody was under T when he came down. He was in the cylinder, so to speak. Let's see. All right, so T grabs this rebound.
No.
Nothing there that I saw. Lilly going to the line. Is that?
Maybe that was, so away from the play, there must have been a foul that we didn't see.
Okay, so an intentional foul. Bears will get how many?
It was a delay of game on Adam Alita. That's the second warning, so it results in a technical, which Lilly will take and make for the Brown Bears. So the Bears get the point and the basketball. And that is the 8th best total, single game total in Brown basketball history. The record for most rebounds in a game, 32 by Ed Tooley. He did it in 1955 against Northeastern.
And second best?
Second best, Jerry Alamo, your former head coach. He had 26.
He know how to rebound.
Against URI in 1958. First free throw by Ferrari is good.
So the last 20 rebound game was Matt Mullery, March 6, 2009 against Harvard. Phil Brown had 21 in 24 rebounds in 1975. Makes them both.
Ferrari hits them both. He has 5 points. 1 point Bryant lead, 55-54. Ferrari picks up full court. They get it to Kiss. Now Kiss will give it up and let Childs take it up.
Wisely gave that ball up.
Here's Kiss, dribbles right. Picked up by Cho. He knocked Cho over, no call. And he picks up the loose ball and fires the three and hits it. Surprised they didn't call anything there. Two players crashed to the floor, no whistle. Big play for Bryant. They go up by 4, 58-54 with 3.5 to play. Here's Lilly. Gets it to Wojcik. Back to Lilly on the right. He'll catch and shoot the three. No good around the rim, and it goes on the floor. Elijah can't pick it up. Kiss does for Bryant, and the Bulldogs call a timeout.
So Bryant left with now one timeout after that. I don't know if Grasso wanted the timeout in the end.
Well, I think he was worried his team might not secure the ball. He wanted to make sure. Every possession critical at this point with 3:15 to go in a 4-point game, 58-54. Bryant leading Brown by 4.
So Bryant's last 9 points have come via the 3-point shot. Bears haven't had a basket since Dan Friday scored at the 8-minute mark.
Both of these teams will be back in action on Sunday. For the Bulldogs, they'll host Dartmouth Sunday at 4 o'clock. The Bears will hit the road for a 4 o'clock game at Quinnipiac. And both of these teams expected to do well in their respective conferences. Brown in the Ivy League and Bryant in the Northeast Conference. And they've put on a good show here today for the fans here in Providence.
Yeah, a basketball game characterized by hustle and energy.
And toughness. Grit. And you see Peter Kiss with his 4 fouls.
Ferrari's playing him.
Pride will bring the ball up the floor. He'll get it to Kiss. Ferrari closes in on him. Now they double team him. Kiss gives it up. Stolen away by Wojcik. Bears anticipated the cross-court pass that time. Here's Cho, takes it down the right side of the lane. Tried to kick it in the corner to Friday, but it's knocked out of bounds by Pride. Brown ball from the side. Cho will throw it in from in front of the Brown bench. Pride will guard the inbound pass. They get it into Friday. Friday to Wojcik.
Wide open look.
And he can't make it. The long rebound comes down to Childs. Bryant with a 4-point lead in the basketball and 2.5 to go. Here's Alita. Gets the ball to Childs. Up high they go to Elijah. He squares. Finds Kiss. Kiss dribbles off the screen. Dishes to Elijah, who lays it in for 2.
That's a pretty feed from Kiss.
And the Bulldogs lead by 6, 60-54 with 2:10 to play. Friday finds Cho. He alley-oops to Gainey for the jam. 9 points for Jalen Gainey. And a timeout called by the Bears.
Both teams now with one timeout each, I should say, Scott. So here's the play. T with a look, and look at Jalen right there. Great timing.
Grasso and the Bulldogs a moment ago.
I believe the Bears are now 9 for 17 from the foul line, Scott. Would that be correct? Do you have it there?
10 for 17, 59%.
10 for 17 after Kimo made the 2 foul shots at the 3:57 mark.
Bryant 10 for 13 at 77%. Bears will pick up full court. Kiss will throw it in. Gets it into Alita, now gets it back. Gives it up quickly as he sees Ferrari closing in on him.
That's a veteran play by Kiss. You got to hand it to him. Don't want to bring it up the floor against Kimo Ferrari. Even this is too far out.
Here's Childs on the left. Gets it to Pride. Pride back to Childs. Childs to his left. Takes the 3 straight away. And it's good. He gets the shooter's bounce.
He's just a great shooter.
Big bucket there. Puts Bryant up by 7 with 1:34 to go. And now the Bears are going to need to make some shots and get some stops. Here's Friday up top. Friday's going to dribble down the right side of the lane. Get it to Ferrari for a right side 3. Kimo can't hit it. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Bryant. Brown will get to throw it in from underneath. Lilly comes off the Bears bench. He'll replace Ferrari in the Brown lineup. As Mike Martin trying to bring one of his best shooters off the bench.
Kimo's a good shooter. Kino is a little better shooter, probably. Yep.
Friday will toss it in from underneath. 20 on the shot clock. Bears are down 7. Every possession critical for them now. Wojcik gets the inbound and finds Friday. Friday to Wojcik. Thought about the 3. Instead gets it to Friday up top. His pass stolen away. Here comes Kiss back the other way, and he wisely pulls it out of traffic, knowing with a 3-possession lead they can burn some clock.
That's a veteran play by Kiss.
It really is. Kiss dribbles it near midcourt. Friday tries to steal it away. Now Kiss gets it right side to Alita. Launches the 3. No good. Gainey with a rebound. 50 seconds to go. Brown down 7. Cho back the other way. Backing his way into the paint. Pumps. Goes to his left. Puts up the shot. Blocked by Elijah. Picked up by Kiss. And now the Bears have to foul. And they do. They're going to send Kiss to the free throw line as Cho picks up his 5th. Bulldogs look like they're going to win this one here in Providence as they lead by 7 with 33 seconds to go, and they will go to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1.
So Bears just offensive difficulties getting here this afternoon, scoring the basketball, and they out-rebounded Bryant by maybe 20 at the end of the game, and they're shooting the basketball 21 for 59 at 36%, 2 for 13 at the last media timeout, 15%.
And Mike Martin, you see him right there talking to his team. He worried about that coming into the season.
Yeah.
He said, I know we're going to be very good defensively. Yeah. I wonder how good we will be offensively from the start. And we've seen that manifest itself. You and I saw it down at the Paradise Jam. The Bears' defense was terrific, but they struggled at times offensively.
Yeah. And credit Bryant with their zone defense, which really bottled the Bears up for most of the afternoon. I mean, it's a pretty close game, but Brown never really solved that zone defense. Kiss at the line.
He'll shoot 1 and 1 because it's the 9th team foul on the Bears. Kiss today 0 for 1 from the free throw line, and he misses that one. Rebounded by Wojcik. Wojcik gets it left side to Ferrari. He launches the quick 3. Short. Rebound Elijah's. And Bryant looks like they're going to win this one. The Bears commit the foul with 21.1 seconds to go, sending Hall Elijah's to the free throw line. He will shoot 2.
From the 8-minute mark, Brown has been outscored 18-7.
Jalen Gainey picks up his 5th foul, so he's now out of the game. Both he and Cho have fouled out. And Hall Elijah's a 71% free throw shooter who's a perfect 4 for 4 from the stripe. Will go to the line for the Bryant Bulldogs. His first one on the way, no good. Second free throw for Elijah's is good. He has 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 block shots. And Bryant has an 8-point lead. There's Friday. Dribbles left, hands it to Ferrari. They get it to Nana, back to Ferrari. Ferrari dribbles to his right, takes the top of the key 3, hits it with 9.6 seconds to go, and Mike Martin will call a timeout. Ferrari with 8. Bears trail by 5. They're going to need a minor miracle here. They're going to need a steal, that's for sure.
There's Kimo coming off of Nana's pick. Squared up. Hit it. The other big factor, Scott, was the Bryant press early in the second half of the first 5 or 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, you mentioned their zone, but I think it was that press that turned the tide in this basketball game. It really did. It changed the complexion.
Changed their momentum.
Yep.
The Bears appeared to weather that storm, however, but then just couldn't score the basketball.
Right.
The last 8 minutes.
But did it take a little gas out of them? Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, give Bryant credit. Brown has won 6 in a row in this series, but that streak would appear to be coming to an end here. You know, as great as this game is, and it's great to see these in-state teams play one another. Brown will play URI in another couple of weeks down in Kingston.
Yep.
But it's really what these teams do in conference, right?
Yes.
It's what they do in the Ivy League. It's what they do in the Northeast Conference. And then more importantly, if you're talking about getting to the postseason and the NCAA tournament, it's what you do in your postseason tournament.
You're exactly right, Scott. I mean, Bryant went to the CBI last year. Was beat by, I think, Coastal Carolina in the first round, but they got to the postseason. That's what you really shoot for. And the Bears have their eye on something more than just the CBI. For Ivy League title hopes, going to have to get their offense picked up.
Watch it on. His Friars play tomorrow at home against St. Peter's. Full court pressure being applied by the Bears. Bryant having trouble getting it in. Should be a 5-second call, and it is. So the Bears get the turnover that they need. Bryant had a timeout to burn there, and they chose not to use it.
That's an interesting non-call of a timeout.
Wow.
Brown has no timeouts left.
So if the Bears can get a bucket here, who knows? They're down 5. Friday will throw it in from underneath. He gets it into Lilly in the corner, and he was stepping on the sideline. What happened? Or was that a 5-second violation?
It's not clear.
The official never indicated, but if Bryant's throwing it in from underneath, I would imagine they called 5, but
as opposed to stepping out of bounds on the sideline.
Yeah.
5-second violation, Bryant ball.
Oh, well, Lilly's out of bounds there. Bryant gets it in this time to Kiss, and he's going to be fouled with 8.1 seconds to go.
So Ferrari tried to pick up a foul.
His second, team limit.
And Adam Melita ran over him and got up unhappy with Kimo. Kimo doesn't make a lot of people on the opponent's team very happy.
No. Melita holding his lower back there. Kiss going to the free throw line with his team up by 5 and 8.1 seconds to go. He'll shoot 2. He's 0 for 2 from the line today. First one on the way is no good. Make it 0 for 3. Kiss coming off that career best 35 in the win over Holy Cross down in Daytona at the Sunshine Slam. He makes the second. 65-59, Bears down 6. Ferrari step back 3 from the left wing is too strong, and the rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Bryant. Brown will throw it in with 4/10 of a second to go, but that won't be enough to overcome a 6-point deficit. You see the Bulldogs